really when the jazz band comes on, because it's kind of a different flavor when jazz is played. But for the concert band, I know your grandparent or mom or dad, you want to scream and holler and woo-woo. You can't do that at Carnegie Hall. It's a totally different thing. One thing, percussion, a lesson for you is when you come on stage, you're not allowed to play your instruments. Our percussion will come out. Our performance, our entire music lasts for 30 minutes, and that seems like a short time, but when you just time the music that the band plays, 30 minutes is a long performance at Carnegie Hall. Our percussion will come out about 15 minutes before we play. They have 3 bands, and then they have the union boys have to take a break for an hour or 2, and then they have 3 more groups, and then they have 3 in the night slots. We are the second band in the night slot. Our performance is 8:30, and that's on Saturday, April. It's the day after. The one thing they will do, they'll take our group into a room underneath Carnegie Hall, which is underneath the stage, and we will do a warm-up. They'll come and get our percussion, and they'll make sure the percussion puts everything where it's supposed to go. So they would be doing that before the ensemble ever came out. If the timpani needed to be moved or they needed to move the chimes, our band students don't do that. The union does that. We will also be using a piano. We're using a grand piano, and I told our very sax player, I want her to play the grand Steinway because that's all the grades played on that Steinway, so that we would have an opportunity to have a student on that. Then the percussion goes back in, and the next thing that happens is I come out and I have to approve the setup. I have to look at the chairs, and I have to look at the stands and the height and make sure that everything is accurate. The students will come out and they can move nothing. They cannot move chairs, they cannot move stands. The union does that. So once they come out, they are seated, they play their chorale, and then they are introduced. And we do not announce numbers when you go to Carnegie Hall. You have a playbill that will have Hendersonville High School in that playbill. It will have the songs that we are performing. So you will get no background. I think that's important when you're up here, so you kind of know a little bit about the pieces. But up there, you get no background on the pieces. So we'll try to let you know everything about the pieces before we go up there, because you just go out and perform. Tonight, I'd like to feature our high school band, our grades 10 through 12, and we're going to open up with Firework by Johann Ben. wanted to end up with the really deep moving piece last. The next one we're going to do for you is the Armed Forces Salute. And it's very important, like I told them, it's very important that we play each one of these correctly, because it means so much to so many people. And recently, with everything that's gone on, it is so important that we capture each one of these armed forces places. What I would like for you to do, certainly that would not do in New York City, but down here, as we play each one of the songs, if you have had a relative in one of those branches, or you were in that branch, or you had a grandparent, or anybody in your family was in that branch, please stand up while that service song is played. So we hope you enjoy Armed Forces Salute. Next piece of music is from a Russian composer, and it's entitled Galop. And Shostakovich used to write lots and lots of music, and he would take folk tunes from Russia and put all those folk tunes into play, in the music. But one thing about he was very political, and he pretty much hated the Russian army. So in every one of his pieces of music, he makes fun of the Russian army. And back when he was composing in Russia, he would always have to underground Russia, and it was published in another country and always performed in another country. But everybody that knew Dmitri knew that he was making fun always of the Russian army. So in Galop, you're going to hear different folk tunes. It's a very, very fast piece of music, but then you're going to hear the Russian army come through just every once in a while. So we hope you enjoy Galop. Just a couple of things. On this stage, we have 25 seniors. I've talked to them many times, and right before we came over, I gave them that same speech. For young people to make a commitment in this day and time is very unusual. Just don't do it. Young people don't stick with anything. They like to try everything, but they're master at nothing. But these 25 people started in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. And they came down here to high school. And it began to make sense to them when they got into 9th grade that they were making music. Then they got into 10th grade. They got so good at it, they started sharing that music from their heart with everybody in the audience. And I told the seniors today, think about how many performances you've given in high school and how many lives you have touched with your talents. And that never would have been possible unless they had made a commitment. This is the largest senior class in the band that Hendersonville has ever had. And it's very... It's very scary to think you've got 25 players in your band that are graduating and you're going to Carnegie Hall next year. But let me tell you, these 25 seniors got And that's their legacy. So they can be very proud of what's going on. And if you notice, the 9th grade band and the high school band played the same chorale. And the significance of that Moravian chorale, which we are going to play in Carnegie Hall, is this group is going to take over for our seniors. So I'm going to let our drum major, Indion, introduce each one of our seniors and ask our seniors to come up here right on the edge of the stage.
Okay, well, I'm going to start with Ronald Pearson.
We have 25, so if you, I know you want to applaud, but let's get them all up here, okay? And then we'll do one big mass. Thank you, Darcy.
Okay, Dale Greer, Shane Wilkinson, Sarah English, Tyler Parker, Jennifer Patterson, Sam Geis, Will Moyer, Ashley Owens, Josh Ford, Russell Thomas, Jesse Crowers, Brent Crow, Caleb Kim, Shannon King, Kristen Bradley, Patrick Brackett, Morgan Webster, Eric Henderson, I'm so sorry, Adam Crane, Africa Thompson, Katie Bird, Jamie Jones, Sarah Cross. That looks like everybody. And me, Indiana Jackson.
We all appreciate it a lot. We don't always show it, but we do.
Good evening. First of all, I want to thank some people that helped me get here. Excuse me. First and foremost, I want to thank God. He's my everything. Second, I want to thank my mom, my dad, my brother, Miss Margie Capel. Thank you. And last, I want to thank Michelle. Last but not least, excuse me. But 7 years ago, I was a 6th grader. I was sitting right there, right over there. And I looked up here at the seniors, and they played, what they played, the band burial something another. It was some kind of Louisiana, yeah, jazz funeral, yeah. Wanted to play that, but we didn't get to play that tonight. I didn't tell anybody. That was my secret, my little secret. But, yeah, and progressing through the years, I never really noticed what Miss Shelton had given all of us. She had given all of us the gift of music. And then not only did she give us the gift of music, we were so lucky to have her to cultivate that gift of music. And right now I just want to thank her and express my gratitude toward her for giving me that gift of music. And I'll never forget her. She will always be in my heart.
Well, you all know that Miss Shelton is like my second mom. I love her to death, and I will always love her.
Actually, I'm her first mother.
Oh, yeah. But, okay, so, y'all probably heard it before, Music of My Heart is with NSYNC and Glorious in the Heart. But I'm not going to read the whole song. I'm just going to read a couple lines from it because it's so true about, like, the feelings that we probably all feel from Miss Shelton. It was actually Africa's idea. I got to give her right. Okay, so, but really, I'm about to start reading. Okay. So, you'll never know what you done for me and what you done for my soul. Okay. And you never know that the gift that you've given me, and I'll always carry with me through college and all through my life. And you were the one that was always on my side, always standing by. And you were always seeing me through, even when I was sick and all this stuff. When I had my hardest times playing the trumpet. And everywhere I go, I'll think of where I've been. Right here in Bend, 7 years with you. And you're the one that always knew me better than anyone else has ever before. And I really want to thank you for that. And you really are the music of my heart. And you always will be. I thought this was a shot.
Tonight, I'm not, because y'all don't know me, and everybody pretty much says everything. Everybody has the same story because Miss Shelton has touched us so many ways. Like, the good times are more than the bad times, and like Jennifer said, we don't always show it. But we really love you, and she's my mom too. I don't see how she forgot about me. I mean, she's my white mama. Say thank you, and we love you, and we're going to miss you, and thank you for the gift of music.
I think Ronald said it perfectly, that you are like the perfect mom and the perfect teacher, and you're so awesome, and we're so thankful for you. You have taught me so much about music, and about life, and about grades, and about everything. And I've gotten so much closer to my family because of it, and to my friends, and I very much appreciate what you do for us.
I got one more thing to say. I'm going to stand here and demand that all you kids that take up this music thing, you guys don't drop out. Don't quit. Stick with it. It'll be the best yourself. It'll help you mathematically. It'll increase those brain waves. All the TV you watch, the candy you eat. Yeah. I'm talking to you. Yeah. further, Hendersonville, Hooterville, USA, Hendo is now on the map. Thank you.
You know, our seniors, Monday, it was vacation for the senior class here at Hendersonville High School. But our seniors had to pay the price and do a little in-school. And they came to band, and I said, I don't care what you have to do, but you got to beg, barter, plead, get down on your knees. But if you're in in-school suspension on Thursday, I'm going to kill your grade. And you're going to have a shovel that's going to be so low to dig it up. And I said, do whatever you have to. So that afternoon, it was great. There were all the bands picking up trash all over the campus. I zipped through the band room for a break, naturally. And today they were in there. We're not going to tell Mr. Wilkins, but they were going, God, we got to pick up trash. And look, it's raining. We don't have anything in our trash bags. I said, well, you know, I remember picking up trash one time because Winn-Dixie was right across the street. So I zipped through the band room and I just emptied the trash cans in the band room, and then I zipped through over there where the sundial was, and they saw that full trash bag, and they thought I was really working hard. Well, the next thing I know, the band room looks great. They took wonderful care of it. Josh, I really do appreciate the Pringles that you gave me. Josh is notoriously known for eating Pringles during rehearsal, and I don't believe that we've had one day of band where he didn't have gum, so thank you for the gum. I do appreciate it. The last piece of music we're going to do for you, and the seniors wanted to do this one last, it's a very, very moving piece of music. This was written about a boat, and it was the USS Dorchester in World War II, and it was sunk by a Japanese sub. They only had 200, could accommodate 200 on the life preservers, but there were over 800 on the ship. They had 805. 805 men that they had, they only had 4 chaplains. And those 4 chaplains all spoke different languages. So once the chaplains were trying to organize after the boat had been hit, it was beginning to sink, and they had all the survivors out in the lifeboats. And the chaplains helped load everybody, and the remaining 605 men all stood up on the bow of the ship at attention, held hands, and did the Lord's Prayer. And they did it in 4 different languages. And the survivors just watched the ship go down while the men were at attention. The Congress, about 4 years after that, awarded a Medal of Honor to each one of their chaplains that were on that ship. And it was the first time that a Medal of Honor had ever been given to somebody who was deceased. So we would like to perform this piece for you tonight, and not only dedicate it to everything that's been going on in our country and all the men that have been fighting for us, but also our seniors' parents. It is very, very moving. So we hope you enjoy Light Eternally. Scholarship at East Tennessee State University. Let's give a great round of applause. This next tune, we did it in March and it just took the house down. We want to do it for all the middle schoolers. We need you to get into this with us. We are into a little bit of gospel. And I told them that if they mess this up at all, I'm going to bring in my Tammy Faye Baker album and make them listen to it for about 3 weeks. So this one is a little gospel rock. Do a little shout with us. If you want to do a little tambourine part with us, if you want to clap, whatever, on Interstate 95. drums. It's a great Santana tune called Smooth.